What's up YouTube? Back with another video for Carnivorous Plants Journey, and today I wanted to show you guys an update on my Cephalotus Folicularis. The reason I wanted to do an update on this one was because I was looking at the last video that I posted of it. It was about 2 or 3 months ago, and the plant was almost cringeworthy to where it is now, and I just wanted to, definitely do an update on this. It's got a ton of flush of non-carnivorous leaves. Still waiting for this thing just to shoot out some traps. It looks like I think it's shooting out traps. Some of these down here, they say they are the little fuzz balls. Like, I think that's a trap right there. And so I think it's finally gotten to enough hours of sunlight here in springtime and the beginning of summer to start shooting carnivorous traps out. This thing this one is grown in the windowsill, like purely all windowsill light, so it's definitely going to be sensitive to photo periods. But I mean, it's just come leaps and bounds from where that last video was. Like, I am really happy with this. And it's already given maybe 10 or 11 leaves that I've taken off for propagating. So it was an even bigger flush than this right here. And I did, glad to say, successfully make my first propagations off of it. And I did 2 leaves to start with, and they both took, which was definitely a big moment for me. I was pretty happy with that. Just for size reference, it's my thumb next to it, about level with the plant. So, I mean, it's a couple inches across. The leaves are really thick. I mean, just, really healthy. Really happy with this one. And then if you guys remember in the last video, I had the other Cephalotus Folicularis. This was the first one that I did the replant on, that I did the video on, my first one that I ever repotted. And I had another one, which was this one in the last video, that was just way small and like nowhere near the growth of the other one. I have since then repotted this one. It has one trap that stayed on there that never died off. I do like to look at it as it is my only trap. But this thing, even from where it was, is starting to grow just a ton. I threw a couple leaves. I did some leaf pullings, and I threw a couple of them. I don't know if you can see that guy right there. The leaf pullings I did, I just threw them into sphagnum moss, and I threw those ones under a LED light, and they took. So now that it was springtime, I just kind of wanted to do a little experiment of throwing some of these leaves just in the corner of the pot in hopes I can get this to fill out a little bit faster. Yeah, but I mean, really happy with the Cephalotus growth on both of those. These look like they are, hopefully, if you can see it there too in the center there, right there, looks like some little fuzz balls of, I'm hoping, some more traps. I've never been able to grow anything other than really small traps or some, obviously a lot of the non-carnivorous leaves. So I'm really looking forward to this this summer. I think these plants are going to absolutely come into their own and definitely give me a good show of carnivorous pictures. Definitely looking forward to being able to make more and more divisions, or not divisions, I'm sorry. I don't want to dig the plant up and cut it from the roots just yet. But I'm hoping I can make a lot of leaf pullings to be able to have more confidence to, put some in the greenhouse, put some outside of my patio, because these ones stay strictly indoors, as I am just kind of too afraid, honestly, because I only have these 2 plants of it, plus the new propagations that I did successfully make. So now I got 3 pots of it. But, only having a couple pots, it makes you a little worried about it. You definitely don't want to hurt or kill your stock when you have such a small stock. I'm curious if anybody knows out there, should I be making way more leaf pullings off of all of this? Like, I mean, it is I mean, I don't know how many leaves are there, but there is a ton. The last pulling, I pulled off about 8 or 9 leaves off of it, and those are all currently in a sphagnum moss under the grow light that I have. I was afraid to overdo it, so that's why I only did 8 or 9 at first, just to, you know, kind of see how the plant was going to react. Once again, I don't want to hurt the very small stock of plants that I have, but this thing is, I don't know if I'm just getting overly anxious or something, but I'm like really, really wanting to just take a ton of leaves from this thing, especially because they're the non-carnivorous ones, and try to propagate them just to get my numbers up like crazy. I mean, they look prime and ready for, in my opinion, but I don't know if, you know, I should be taking a lot of them off like that. But to me, they look prime and ready to be able to take off a lot and clone. Any experienced Cephalotus growers out there, if they have any advice on this, I would definitely appreciate it. I feel like when I have taken them off, the rhizome or the rhizomatic material down there is so easy to get off these leaves. Like, I mean, I get a pretty thick layer of white down there when I do pluck one off. Out of the 8 or 9 of the leaves that I put on the last round of trying to get them to clone from leaf pulling, I've only had 1 leaf that shriveled back and died. And even with that, I think it still might have even had a chance to actually root, but I don't want dead material in my my area where I'm making new plantlets, so I just took it out. But yeah, that is my Cephalotus Folicularis update. Any advice or any you know, anything you see that I might be doing wrong or something, I'm still very novice. Please let me know down in the comments if you see anything I could be doing better. Here's that plant. Just one more show of the other one. That way you have a good gauge on both. This one too, kind of cool. Oh, sorry, the camera's like really zoomed in. I actually planted this one on a mound. I try to replicate the natural habitat of them where they grow on like cliff sides or on little hills and mounds. And I'm hoping that it's going to help this one replicate a lot faster through the roots, through popping like new plants up. I don't know this, but I think they pop new plants up through the rhizome the same way a Venus flytrap would. So if it's on the mound, I'm hoping like any little root exposure is how they make their new plantlets, and being on the hill is going to help expose more of them roots. So yeah, there it is. The Cephalotus Folicularis update. Not too much to look at with non-carnivorous leaves, but they definitely mean a lot to me, especially with the plant being that healthy after how it looked last time. Thanks for watching.